when to warn your head and actually find peace so you could get on and get things cracking in your own life. Now, everyone has troubles, everyone has insecurities, and a lot of people can't keep stable or keep their minds correct. They get distracted or they get unfocused, they second guess themselves. People need to move. People need to get stuff done. If you want to pay bills and do things, you need to actually take action and get moving right away. So in this video, we're going to actually discuss that. So let's get into it. Now, the first thing you need to do as a guy is actually manage your emotions. As guys, we're taught to be stoic and we need to be controlled at all times and keep composed. And this is definitely true, regardless of what you see in today's world where guys need to talk about their feelings and be open and communicate. Yeah, you should do that, but you should only do that with the other group of guys. You should not do that to other women or people that don't know you. It'll make you look weaker, it'll make you look soft, and it'll make you look dumb. So if you're going to discuss your emotions, you need to talk it out with your homies, because at the end of the days, your homies are going to give you the advice that you need to know, because no one should be giving you advice unless you know who you are as a person, because not every situation is going to apply for every single person. So when you discuss these emotions with your boys, they're going to probably tell you to stop being a little bitch and man up. And that's true, because at the end of the day, as guys, we have to work hard. We have to pay bills. We have to take care of families. We have to make sure we build, and we have to build security and safety for ourselves and everyone around us. So it's important to do that at all times. Control your emotions, because if you can't control your emotions, you're going to lash out. You're going to be dangerous. You're going to be ineffective. You're not going to get shit done. You won't be productive. And I've actually had this experience before. There was a time when I was a manager and I was so overwhelmed. I was managing 80 staff members, scheduling 1,000 shifts, and I had to do 80 reviews every single year, and this was very difficult. And I had to keep track of everyone we hired and train them as well. And at a certain point, you're going to have to deal with a lot of personalities. And I lost my cool, snapped at people, made them cry, made females cry, and I don't really give a fuck. That's cool. They deserved it. But at the same time, I should have been better about handling it and actually controlling what I needed to control so I could be an effective leader. So if you don't control your emotions and you let them run wild, you'll be making some stupid ass decisions. And it's all good. All good. We're all humans. It's going to happen from time to time, but you got to be aware of catching yourself before you let those emotions override and take over how you respond and react to certain situations. Now, the second thing is to stop falling into other people's traps. This stems from controlling your emotions. When you fall into other people's traps, it's because you're not thinking logically. And you want to be able to use your reason and logically think about everything, think about every single perspective. Make sure you're actually taking the actions that will best serve the situation and the group. We're supposed to be looked at as leaders. And so being a leader means we need to actually think for the group or think for others, and make sure that we're choosing the best strategic plan of action that'll allow us to get to the end result or the goal as quickly as possible with minimum risk and minimum output of energy. Don't fall into other people's traps, because there's a lot of people that are extremely manipulative, and they're going to tell you that one way is better than another when they have no actual experience and they've never done it themselves. And so I've had this situation happen to me as well before, where I was the leader and I sat back, listened to a couple other people's perspectives, followed what they expected or what they wanted to pursue, and that benefited them only. It didn't benefit the whole group. So when you're falling into other people's traps or listen to other people's perspectives, you need to know that sometimes some people are only looking out for their own best interests. And as men, we have to actually think for everyone, think for the crew, think for the group. So make sure you hold steadfast and be logical and reasonable in your decision-making process. One thing I've seen a lot of men do is falling into problems or giving into problems. And what I mean by that is they think a challenge or problem is too hard, so they give up. And this is weak as hell. You should never give up on a problem or try to resolve a problem if you're not able to. You should always try to figure out if there is a probability or a high chance that you could actually solve the issue. Some people are really soft. There are a lot of snowflakes, especially here in the Bay. There are snowflakes that don't know how to keep going, stay the course, and just knock shit out and get stuff done. But if you want to get ahead, you have to actually keep going. Don't stop. Every situation I've been in, there was always problems, there was always issues. And being a leader entails problem solving. If you want to have peace in your life, you got to be okay that problems pop up here and there, and that you got to solve them for yourself. That means being confident and know that you can make a good decision that will get you to where you need to go. If you can't solve the problem, then there's no point. Then that's when people give up. They don't want to take the time to think and grow and try to see what they could do. So it's important to actually do that every step of the way, no matter how small or how big the problem is. I've actually doubled down on that. Always helped me to follow through and complete everything is to have tunnel vision and have horse blinders around my eyes so I don't get distracted. I don't fall into the shiny object syndrome. Having tunnel vision allows me to focus and be able to identify what is going to help me put progress to the next level and what's going to slow me down. And I could whittle away those things that'll slow me down or get in the way of me solving problems that I need to resolve. So having tunnel vision, having that focus, and having that clarity is very important because you will actually move along faster towards your end goals and what you want to solve. So try to do that at all times. It's hard to do that, especially in today's age of TV, radio, social media, and falling into peer pressure. I've been one of those guys that, yes, I love to party and hang out and drink, but I knew I needed to get stuff done. So you could catch me at a party drinking with everyone, but I'm still studying for a midterm the next day. Now, I'm not suggesting this for everybody, but this is what worked for me, where I was able to have best of the both worlds. And this was really great for me because it allowed me to be very sociable, but actually get my stuff done. And not many people do that, but you got to know your limitations is what the end result is. If you know what your boundaries are, you know what's going to help you propel you to the next level in life and what's going to keep you down. Get rid of those things that anchor you down to the ground so you could fly high like an eagle. What I really hate and I see all day today is copycats. Everyone's biters. That's all they do. They copy everyone else and there's no more swag, there's no more individuality. When I grew up, I was born in the 80s and I lived my teenage years like late 90s, early 2000s, and everyone was always trying to do their own thing. Everyone's trying to have their own spin and swag on certain things, and I thought this was really cool because it showed a lot of individuality. Today's society is very much cookie cutter. So if you're able to stand out and just be yourself and be okay with that, you're going to stand out amongst the crowd. Be confident in yourself, do what you need to do so you could just be you. If someone hates, who cares? But the people that love you for who you are, they're going to always gravitate towards you. And that's your actual tribe. That's what you want. You don't want no fakers. I would rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I'm not. I like having the people that really know me, that understand me, and are cool with me being myself. And that's my home. That's my crew. Those are my peoples, and I'll always back them up. And I know they have my back, so I'm not even worrying about that. One thing that also helped me propel and be able to find more peace mentally was meditation. Now meditation is not for everyone, but a form of meditation for me is reflection also. So when you take the time to think about the things you've done, the things you've accomplished, things you're grateful for, things you could have done better, then that reflection, that meditative process is a way for you to find calmness inside, acknowledge what has happened, and then be able to let go of it so you can make better decisions and move forward in the progress. Meditation is good for me because I'm naturally a hothead. I get hyphy as hell when it's time to get hyphy. So meditation actually helped me calm down, help me be aware of who I am as an individual, what type of emotions I have, and it'll also allow me to catch myself before I actually let those passions come out of me. So being reflective and be able to understand what your triggers are and what you're trying to do and what you're not trying to do and the things that you're trying to avoid is actually going to be very helpful for you in actually being calm and steady no matter what situation. What also has propelled me forward is to always have goals. So I set goals for like weekly goals, yearly goals, 5-year goals, 10-year goals. Those are great things to have. I don't really focus too much on the 5 or 10-year goals. Those are long-term distances, but I do establish them and then I create 1-year goals or 1-month goals or weekly goals, whatever it is that help me point me into that direction of the long term. having those short term goals is actually helpful for me because it keeps me focused on something that is productive for myself. So one of the goals that I have is to lose 25 pounds. I'm naturally athletic, and right now I feel like I'm the biggest I've ever been. My natural weight's like 160. Right now I'm fluctuating between 185, 190. Part of it is also because I'm injured right now. So I do have carpal tunnel and I have issues with my thumb, so I'm not working. But I do want to work out. So I got to figure out how to lose that 25 pounds, that 30 pounds, and be able to maintain it. So now I have to switch my strategies up. So it's like playing a game of chess for me. How do I unlock the code so I could get the result I want? And that's how I look at everything. And so that's what goals are good for. They keep you on track, and they're milestones. They're like little markers on your path of progress to let you know if you're doing well and you're sticking to your plan of action, or if you're not sticking to your plan of action, what can you do to actually get back on track? So having clear goals is a great way to have more peace because it gives you more definite decision, because it actually gives you a better decision making process as well, and future foresight and planning. Now this one's a little touchy one for me, and that's having faith and praying. The past couple of years it's been a little difficult for me. I had a lot of family members that passed away. I had cousins that passed away suddenly. My brother ended his life on Father's Day. So I've had a lot of things in the past couple of years that kind of made me question, like, what's going on? Why should I have faith? I'm reminded every day that I need to get up, that I'm still breathing. I have the opportunity to keep going. So being grateful that I'm alive, that my family's alive, my parents are alive and healthy is a great reminder for me to be grateful that I just have the opportunity to do what I want to do. Take that opportunity to be grateful. So prayer for me gives me a little stability. Belief in God gives me a lot of stability, and having faith above all, knowing that no matter what happens, it's going to be okay. We're going to get through it. Actually gives me a sense of comfort. So I'm not scared of what's going to happen, but I know that whatever happens, I'm willing to go through it. And I've gone through a lot of those situations already, and it's not going to stop me from where I need to go. So having some type of faith and belief system is really good because it keeps you moral, ethical, and it keeps you focused on outside of yourself as well too. As much as this video is more about having the internal composure, it's important to have what type of internal composure compared to the context of your environment. Some situations you got to be tough. Some situations you want to be mellow. But being able to decipher that will give you more steadfast control of who you are. So knowing that there's something outside of you that you have to be aware of will actually help you control yourself a little bit more and control your feelings, and know that not everything's happening to you, it's happening for you, or as other people have said, it's happening through you. Be conscious of that, and it's good to know. Now this one I like to have fun with. One is avoid the haters. Now it's true you want to get away from them and you don't want to mess with them, but haters are a life suck. At the end of the day, haters are just, they have nothing better in life, so they rather hate on you to try make themselves feel better. And I think that's sad. All you could do is just feel pity for them. So I'm not even going to sweat them too much. But haters are just haters. Let them go. Stay away from them. If you need to, if they're family or friends, find a circle that you're actually cool with and roam with them and stick to them. And it'll be all good. For me, I personally like to talk back. I'll pop off really quickly, say something snarky. If they want to trigger me, I have no problems triggering them. But at the end of the day, I just want to be a good person. So I'm going to let people do what they do and let me focus on myself, my family, and my crew. And let us get this paper. Let us have no problems, no issues, and let's keep it moving. I don't need people to say what they need to say because I never asked for their advice. And I'm the type of guy that never actually cared about what people thought or said anyways. Because once they know you're willing to stand your ground, most of the time they'll back up. Now, this is the most important thing to find peace in life and control yourself. And that's do what makes you happy. If you're in a bad job, get out of it. If you're in a bad relationship, get out of it. Go find a new broad. Go find a new job. Go hang out with your homies. Go enjoy your hobbies. Get out there, do what makes you happy. Because we only have one shot at life. So it's very important that you get out and go do this. Do everything you want to do while you can. Because there's going to be a time you're sick and you can't get out of bed. There's gonna be a time you're not gonna be able to kick it with your brother. So go kick it with them. There's gonna be a time when you're not gonna be able to kick it with your friends. Go make that call. There might be a time where you're too old to start a business. There might be a time where you don't have enough energy to start a new business. Go do it now. Get to it quickly. We only have one life. And when you do these things to be happy and get out and go make stuff happen, you'll find a lot more peace. And you won't be as anxious, you won't be as doubtful, and you won't be regretful of anything you've chosen to do in your life. So, with that being said, check out any of the book lists we have down below. A lot of them have helped me in the past. It's a great list, free access. Check it out. And if you like this video and want more, like or subscribe, man. Have a good one. Peace.